Before you continue, I need you to pause for 1 second. Look around you. Are you alone right now? Because what I'm about to tell you isn't fiction, isn't folklore, and definitely isn't something you'll hear in police academy. This is a real Navajo Nation police experience, and my brother died because he ignored one rule. If you're watching this late at night, comment crescent moon. If it's daytime, comment sun. Either way, don't skip this. You'll understand why by the ENDDMY name is Daniel Sauce. 6 weeks ago, I walked away from a safe, well-paying job with the Phoenix Police Department and transferred to one of the most isolated districts in the Navajo Nation, Red Mesa, Arizona. On paper, it looked like a bad decision. Lower pay. Fewer resources. Miles of empty land. But I didn't come here for comfort. I came here because 2 months earlier, my younger brother Thomas died on Highway 191. The official report said it was a single vehicle collision. Late night. Fatigue. He swerved to avoid something in the road. Animal species unknown. That last line never left my mind. Thomas wasn't careless. He was a trained officer. If he swerved that hard, whatever he saw scared him. The drive from Phoenix took 5 hours, but I stretched it to almost 7. Not because I needed fuel or food, but because every mile north felt heavier. The city disappeared first, then the streetlights, then cell service. Desert replaced concrete. Red rock formations rose out of the ground like something watching. When I crossed into Navajo Nation land, the silence felt different. Not peaceful. Aware, the Red Mesa Police Department sat alone at a crossroads, a low modular building surrounded by dirt roads and nothing else. No nearby town. No backup close by. The American flag outside flew at half-mast. I arrived early, hoping to steady my nerves. That's when Captain Sarah Ben Ali introduced herself. She already knew my name. My record. And my brother. She asked me why I transferred. I didn't give the prepared answer. I told her the truth. My brother died here. I want to know why. She studied me quietly, then nodded and brought me inside. That's when I noticed the frame on the wall. Old paper. Yellowed. Handwritten. Copied so many times the ink was fading. Navajo Nation Police, Red Mesa District Protocols. She told me these weren't optional. They weren't traditions or beliefs. They were survival rules passed down through generations of tribal police. Rules written after officers started encountering things that didn't fit into any report category. Never investigate Skinwalker reports alone after dark. If a suspect transitions from 2 legs to 4, stop pursuit immediately. Never touch jewelry left on the road. Never enter a hogan with a north-facing door. If you hear coyote calls from 3 directions at once, turn off your radio and remain silent. I thought it was a joke. She didn't. Captain Ben Ali told me my brother had encountered something 2 weeks before his death. A prowler call near Standing Rock. He responded alone. His report described a figure that looked human, until it moved. The joints bent wrong. The posture made no sense. It dropped to all 4s and ran faster than anything human should. Thomas followed protocol and retreated, but after that night, he changed. He stopped sleeping. He checked his back seat before driving. He carried salt and corn pollen in his patrol truck. He begged for reassignment. And then he died swerving to avoid something that left tracks too large to be coyote, and too wrong to be human. My first patrol was with Officer Marcus Yazzie. Quiet. Focused. The kind of officer who doesn't waste words. He told me he was on shift the night Thomas died. He heard his last transmission. Strange lights near Comb Ridge. 20 minutes later, silence. When Marcus reached the crash, Thomas's truck was wrapped around a juniper tree. No sign of another vehicle. No animal body. Just skid marks and tracks that led directly to the driver's side door. Like something approached him after the crash. That afternoon, we responded to a wellness check deep in the backcountry. A traditional hogan sat alone in a canyon. Immediately, Marcus froze. The door faced north. No Navajo would ever build it that way. The logs had been rearranged recently, the earth disturbed like something had been rebuilt, incorrectly that we didn't enter. Instead, we called Hastian Nez, a medicine man who'd been helping this department longer than most officers had been alive. He circled the hogan, chanting, sprinkling corn pollen, his voice low and steady. When he finished, he told us no one inside was alive, but something was there. Something that didn't belong. The hogan would be destroyed. The ground would be blessed. Our report would say the structure was unsafe. That night, alone in my trailer, I couldn't sleep. The desert was silent, too silent. My thoughts kept circling back to Thomas. To the protocols. To the idea that police authority ends somewhere most people never see. Then my phone buzzed, unknown number. Your brother understood too late. Will you learn faster? I tried to call back. What answered wasn't a voice. Just breathing. Scraping. Then coyote howls. 3 of them. From different directions. Coming through my phone. Rule 5 says if that happens, you stay silent. That I didn't, and that's when I realized, whatever killed my brother knows I'm here now. That if you think this was just a story, you're wrong. That I'm still working in this district, and the protocols don't end here. Part 2 is coming, where I tell you what happens when an officer ignores Rule 5. So before you scroll away, subscribe now. Because whatever took my brother, knows I'm watching it back.